Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a retired law enforcement officer. I also spent over a decade in the defense industry as a trainer.
And I'm Heather. I'm a women's firearms and safety instructor.
Today we're going to talk about the use and the deployment of the Hero Arrow product. When Heather and I teach together, we find that scenario-based training is very effective for our students. Let's talk about pre-threat indicators. Let's say the scenario is you're walking out of the gym to your car. What would you be looking for?
I would be looking for anybody who's looking at you for a little bit too long, like anyone who's like hyper-focused on you. You automatically kind of feel that. If you're situationally aware, which you should be, you're glancing around the parking lot, you're looking at anything that could be kind of out of place, like somebody doing something that just doesn't look right, or they're staring at you for a little bit too long. So somebody who is pacing you, like walking, it's very against normal human behavior for somebody to walk in step with you. So if you're walking across the parking lot and somebody is pacing next to you and they're kind of looking over at you, that's a pretty good indication that they have you targeted for something.
Okay. What would you do if someone was pacing you?
So when somebody's closing that distance, as far as like if you're pacing me and you're kind of coming towards me, that's when I'm going to go, okay, this isn't right. I'm probably going to have the safety off of this. You can't be too ready. And honestly, this isn't threatening. I can walk to my car like this and nobody's going to think anything of it. If that individual starts coming at me like they're walking towards me at a fast pace, that's when I'm going to get nervous. And I'm going to be like, stop, get back. I'm going to give them a verbal command. If they don't listen to that verbal command, like, and I mean quickly, because you have, at 21 feet, you have a second and a half. So at 21 feet, you have roughly a second and a half to do something before you're attacked.
All right, Heather, so you've identified those pre-threat indicators. You've issued the verbal command of stop. They failed to comply with your verbal command. What then?
So in that situation, I'm probably, if they're inside that 21-foot range, I'm going to point my product at them, and I'm going to say, get back, and if they don't listen, I'm going to go ahead and deploy.
I think that's a great use, and I think that one of the things that we should talk about is that it's okay to do those things.
Absolutely.
Right? I think too often we're taught to be polite, don't say anything nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Keep your hands to yourself. But in these type of scenarios, I think it's absolutely critical that your safety is paramount. Wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. Yeah. And I think the Hero Arrow product allows us to keep that safety, at the forefront of our mind and maintain it. So you've deployed the chemical irritant. We should talk about post-deployment procedures. After you've deployed the chemical irritant, right, because you were threatened, what do you do then?
This is a great question because you want to be, first and foremost, you want to be in a safe place. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get away, right? You need to get to a safe position. So whether that's in your car, back in the store where there's people, you want to get somewhere where you're no longer threatened. That's first and foremost. Second, I'm going to want to be the first one to call 911. So if the suspect calls 911 and he says, some crazy lady just sprayed me with pepper spray in a parking lot and I need an ambulance, and he plays the victim, because chances are that could happen, you want to be the first person to call and go, I was in danger of being attacked. This guy was coming at me. I told him, stop, get back. He didn't listen to me, and I had to defend myself. They're going to come out there and they're going to view you as the victim that you are. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be like, okay, she was almost a victim of crime. She defended herself. And they're going to come out and they're going to be looking for a suspect that got sprayed, not a victim who got sprayed.
So as a retired law enforcement officer, I will say Heather's absolutely right. It puts officers in the mindset, if a man says a crazy lady sprayed him, we're going to be looking for a crazy lady. If a woman calls and says a man was stalking her and she sprayed him, we're going to be looking for the man that she sprayed. Absolutely correct. So safety is paramount. Get to a safe place, call 911, make sure that you and your family are safe is absolutely paramount.